Here we are at the end of day 4 of my Japan trip, 2016. I know I said I would do one of these videos every day, or at least I'd try to. Unfortunately, yesterday was a little awkward and a little weird, and so not much happened. I'll give you guys a kind of rundown, show you what clips I have from yesterday, and then we'll get into today. Day 3 of the trip, we left the town of Nara and we went all the way to Hiroshima just to find out that the person in charge of booking all of our hotels didn't realize that Hiroshima is also a province. So we were actually booked in the town of Fukuyama. It was an easy fix, 20-minute train ride from Hiroshima to Fukuyama. By the time we got to Fukuyama, though, it was already 3-ish in the afternoon by the time we checked into our hotel. And all the tourist stuff, or all of the sights to see in the area, closed at 5. So we didn't really do much yesterday, but these, I guess, are the clips that I have that I was able to take yesterday. Alright, so this is my lunch on day 3. We have a katsudon bento, and what's really cool about Japan is that just about every train station has these awesome meals for sale, and they are very, very inexpensive. Just to clarify on that last clip, I did say inexpensive, not expensive. They're actually really cheap, really delicious. Here we have St. Valentine's Cathedral in the town of Fukuyama. It is super random, super pretty, and as a random side note, today is my parents' anniversary. Alright, this is Fukuyama Castle. Very big, very old, and just over to my left is a garden that we are about to walk through, so we'll see how that goes. Here we have one of those little cicadas, the ones that make that weird noise up in the trees. Finally was able to see one. There are a whole bunch of these little guys everywhere here. So the garden is actually pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of stuff, just like small buildings. As you can see, there's Ariel again, showing off the scale of everything. There's my mom. And the garden is actually just really cool. And again, you can hear the cicadas, those icky bugs that I just showed you. But yeah. Here we have some more of this really cool park. Just really, really cool stuff. Some old statuary, stone bridge over what was probably originally a river. Try not to fall in. Here we have some delicious looking and tasting soda. So yeah, that was day 3. Pretty much every one of those clips was taken within about 2 hours. After that, my sister and I found a store called Animate, which had a wide variety of a very specific type of merchandise, aimed at probably teenage girls, so we didn't really stay that long. And then we wandered around town looking for a convenience store to buy drinks, water, soda, stuff like that. We found a department store that was 9 stories tall and had a kind of cool store as well, that sold a lot of oddly American stuff. Got to watch a little bit of Adventure Time in Japanese. And that was basically day 3. Moving on, day 4, we started in Fukuyama, obviously. Our hotel was 2 nights, so we had 2 nights here. We took advantage of the situation and we went back to Hiroshima We ended up not going to any of the really cool Hiroshima Museum or anything like that, because we did that last time we were in Japan. But we did go to the island of Miyajima. Now, with this island, me and my sister had gone last time, but my parents hadn't. So they really wanted to go because we told them about it, and it was really pretty, and there's a really cool shrine there. And so we decided to go. Now, most of these clips don't have any voice, but I kind of just wanted to show the scenery and let you guys see what I saw without any sort of commentary. So we'll get to that now. And here we are on the ferry. We're traveling from Hiroshima to the island of Miyajima, which is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they are celebrating the 20th anniversary of that this year. Also to mention, on Miyajima we have tiny deer, and they're even smaller than the ones up in Nara, and they're really cute and kind of nosy.
The serving of it is so cool.
Okay, so those last two clips, those were our lunch. They were absolutely amazing. Me and my sister had something called zaru soba, which is soba noodles served cold with a kind of sauce that you dip the soba noodles in before you eat them. Really good. And then the second clip was actually our dessert, which was shaved ice. My sister's was a shaved ice with green tea, milk, and red beans. And mine was with sweet ice and red beans as well. So, really delicious.
The other way, Ariel? Like over there?
I don't know.
Okay. Keep on going there.
cool fun fact about those last statues, each one of those statues was a tiny character with one of the 12 zodiac, the Chinese zodiac. So the rat, ox, tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake, horse, etc., which was actually really cool. Okay, so this next clip is actually kind of really cute and really ridiculous, but right near the end of our time in Miyajima, we were actually heading towards the ferry. We found what is called a cat cafe, and what this means is we paid money to have a drink and sit in this fake jungle setting with a bunch of cats, and we got to play with the cats and pet the cats and watch the cats sleep, and it was adorable and ridiculous in equal measure. And here we are leaving Miyajima. As you can see, the tide is out, which actually makes a huge difference for the Torii Gate. Now it's completely out of the water, which is kind of cool. And that was our time on Miyajima. Really cool place. I would recommend going if you ever come to Japan. Really gorgeous. The one thing I wanted to mention before I move on, the Torii Gate that I showed a couple times in my clips, when we arrived there, it was actually high tide, and it looked as though the Torii Gate was floating on the water. As we were there, the tide came out, and by the time we left, not only was the gate not floating on the water anymore, you could actually see it sticking into the ground, but the water had receded so far that there was actually a beach, and there was actually quite a distance between the gate and the water.
Oh, do you want all of them in?
And by the end of the day, we were so hungry and tired that we basically finished eating before I remembered to take clips of what we ate. Fun story, we actually went to a Italian restaurant in Japan because we couldn't really find anything else open or, empty enough to go to. The funny thing was, though, it wasn't really Italian food. It was like the Japanese version of Italian food. So that was really cool. So that is day 3 and 4. I know this video is quite a bit longer than my last two, but I am trying to get 2 days in, and yeah, I know most of the time was on day 4. But yeah, so that's day 3 and 4 of my trip to Japan, and who knows? Maybe I'll be back tomorrow with day 5. I might take it. We'll see. All right. See you guys later.